Hey, what's going on? This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro studios on the road, still on the road. Um, we are gonna have another set of fun today. If you're brand new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you click on subscribe. Make sure you also click the bell right next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time I come online or I upload a brand new video. We're always doing that. On this channel, we have over 600 plus videos on the topic of wholesaling, real estate, marketing, digital marketing, and things like that. So definitely, this is a channel you want to stay plugged in onto. We go a little bit deeper than other channels. So things that you usually find yourself asking, like, okay, I know that I need to do this. How do I do this? This is the place where you want to find that. All right. On today's episode, which is basically the third part of an eight-part series, we are going to be talking about digital real estate marketing. Make sure you watch the first and the second part. The first part we talked about what is digital real estate. Basically, the first one. Let me make sure I'm clear on that. The first one we talked about what is digital marketing in real estate. Uh, on the second one, we talked about what is digital real estate. On this one, we want to put a little bit of a breather on it a little bit so you can put things in perspectives. And the best way to do that is to kind of like involve some question and answers. So we're still on digital real estate marketing, but today I want to go into some real life questions and basically plug them in with digital marketing on how it affects on how digital marketing for real estate or digital real estate marketing would have affected that question. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna have some fun. Make sure if you're brand new here, don't leave without picking up the book. The book is at smartrealestateWholesaling.com. That's the name of the book, Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. But there's a bonus book there as well. It's called The Real Estate Money Secret, which was my recent release. 200 pages book, books that will help you put things in perspective when it comes to real estate, especially from a marketing standpoint. All right. So with that being said, let's have some fun today. I know there are a couple of comments that I should probably pull up and then give some shout outs and then address if there's any questions in them. We definitely should do that. Let's see here. YouTube comments. And then after that, we go a little deeper. Let's see. Okay. There's a shout out to GM. Simply says thank you. Let's go to shout out to Jose Canucci. I hope I said that right. But it's the same Jose that we all know here, hopefully. But I know Jose. But Jose had a long question here that I feel like maybe we can address and then address them from a digital marketing standpoint on how that would have been different for digital marketing. So he says, Ola, you say this has nothing to do with ETA. If you don't know what ETA is, it's Empire Traffic Academy. You can find it at Empire Traffic Academy. It costs $5,000 to get in at this time. It's about learning how to generate traffic for your business online, okay? And yes, including real estate as well too. So it's basically about marketing. All right. Um, so that's what ETA means. Empire Traffic Academy.com. So Ola, you said this has nothing to do with ETA. This is fine. You seem more excited about this series and what it can do for our future business in real estate. Yes, I am. Are you now saying this series supersedes ETA? All right. And perhaps go with the changes with digital marketing on what you would teach us on this series. So there's no such thing as supersedes. Okay, we're all evolving. Change is the only constant. That's why I laugh at people that think they can avoid this. Change is the only constant. The only thing that you should expect as you move forward in business is change. I saw somebody asking a question on a Facebook ad the other day and say, "Hey, is there any money I have to spend after buying this stuff?" And the person was just very straight up and say, "Yes." Um, it's a little sad that entrepreneurship attracts people that don't uh, expect to kind of sow any kind of seed. I mean, you have to sow some kind of seed. I don't know if it's your time or your money, some kind of energy in the form of seed, okay, or see some kind of seeds in the form of some kind of energy has to be sowed in order to harvest. That's just how life works. That's the principle of life as it is. I don't get to determine that. So, with that being said, um, there's no such thing as supersede. You have to learn how to get online traffic. It's just what it is. It's part of the game. And online traffic is this is people. Remember three pillars: value, automation, and people. Online traffic is not just a bunch of robots that are crawling websites. No, these are actual human beings clicking on the other side of the website. They're clicking something and then they become a visit on a site. And then they decide to enter their email address and then they become a lead, right? And then they decide to pull out their credit card and take it and pay for something. And then that's a sales, that's a customer. Or they decide to fill out your form to pre qualify them so that you can call them back for whatever it is that you have to offer. Maybe that's an offer to purchase their property. Okay. So there's no such thing as what you learn in Empire Traffic Academy supersedes, or what I'm teaching you supersedes. It's basically staying in tune with the times. It's basically staying up to date. So you're right when you say perhaps go with the changes with digital marketing. Yes, but more importantly, teach you up to date strategies that comes with digital marketing. And to be frank with you, it's not so much of updates because the concepts are evergreen. If you put content on the internet that are designed to attract a certain type of prospect, like for example somebody looking to sell a property fast, right? If you put a piece of content, so excuse me, my allergy is acting out right now in this moment. Okay, if you put some kind of content on the internet that way, right? Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. And it's designed to attract some type of motivated seller, right? It's the same once you learn how to do that, what I just described, meaning place a piece of content online to attract motivated seller, meaning they're attracted. They already want what you have to have, want to offer, right? They already want it. So you don't have to do so much in hard selling, right? As a matter of fact, they may already be sold on your brand. They already feel like they know you, like you, trust you, the KLT factor, right? And they decide to buy. That concept is really just an evergreen concept. Okay. Now, my approach to it may be different in 2019 than from 2009. Yes, it may be different. But ultimately, when you place those content online, what the online behemoths like Google, Facebook, what they want ultimately is a great user experience. They want you to put up content that people actually enjoy consuming. Okay. And how do they measure that? They measure how long people stay on your content. They measure how long people watch your video. They measure what they call audience retention, right? They measure, for example, for YouTube videos, they measure watch time, right? They measure engagement. They measure likes. That's why, please, if you watch my videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up because it shows them that these are the only ways for them to know that you're actually enjoying the content, that the content is valuable to you. So the thumbs up, the comment, the engagement, right? The discussion, right? Sorry, guys. Right. And yeah, the discussion, the engagement, the comments, the likes, the sharing, right? If enough people are sharing your piece of content, is an indication to Google and YouTube and Facebook and any other platform that you enjoy the content. And that's increased. That automatically means the user experience is great. And if the user experience for their own users is great, they basically want to serve you more. They want to allow you to do that more. There is that, but there's also the other end of the what you may want to consider the politics of it, right? So, for example, they may pick on a link that links to your website. They may say, "Hey, this link is a spam, is a MLM, is a get rich quick or something." They may pick on it, and it may not be a particular individual picking on that on the other end. It could just be the algorithms, the automatic. How do I know? Because I was just setting up an ad, and they disapproved. A few of them, and they said change the URL. And basically, all I did is transfer the content on one piece of URL to another. Now the URL address is different, and then they approved. There are parts of it like that, and if you're a true business person, you understand that there is politics, there's also user experience. There is black hat, there's white hat, there's gray hat. There's a place where you just want to give the system what it wants. There's a place where the system wants the same thing all the time, and there's all these nuances. And once you know this some basic concept, it becomes a lifetime skill for you. Like, you don't have to overthink some of these things over time. All right. So back to your point, Jose. No, it's not about superseding. Okay. It's about learning this stuff so much that it becomes second nature to you, that if you land in 2029, you're good. There may be a few differences. The platform, the user interface may be different because they're always changing that, but the concept really never change. What they want is a user experience. Help them provide content that will make people stick around on their website a little bit longer, or indicate that they really enjoy that piece of content, and then you'll be in business with Google, Facebook for a long time. And it's an evil playing ground field for everyone. The gurus don't have an upper hand other than they have more money than you. Okay, so that's why I keep that's one of the major part of this series, where you can make money as fast as humanly possible, so that you can have enough money to market, especially from a digital marketing standpoint. Okay, that's more of it. Empire Traffic Academy was also about that, but a little bit different. Okay, at the very minimum, it was done some few years back. So yes, this one will supersede in the sense of it's more up to date, and but just stay in the present. Don't worry about what I'm trying to do. Just understand that I'm already giving you what I'm trying to do in this moment in time. Okay. See, let's say, so he goes, "Oh, will ETA still work in the world of digital marketing?" So Empire Traffic Academy, like I just said, always work. Okay. Once you understand the concept, it always work. Okay. Um, it seems building your brand and getting all the information out to the masses is also taught in ETA. Yes, it was. Okay. But we're probably going to focus on that a little bit more this time around, because that's one thing that stands out. While everyone else figure out everything else, everyone is trying to be a wholesaler, but they can't be you. Okay. And there's a person out there that would rather do business with you, Jose, than they will do business with me. That's just the way it works. It's called attraction, and there are multiple variables that makes that happen. All right, that make that happen. So we don't know what we don't know. What we know for a fact is that there's somebody out there that's specifically waiting for you to work with you, to give you a house, and they will not give somebody else unless they give it to you. And that's where personal branding comes in. Okay, so yes, we will give some attention to personal branding when it comes to digital marketing in today's age. Okay, all right. So it may be a longer process if you do it alone. I have thought about hiring others to help me with what you teach in ETA to speed it up, and your marketing cost is virtually nothing unless you hire others to help you. Yeah, now you're talking search engine optimization. Okay, yes, you're absolutely right about that. Okay, but keep in mind that the mindset with this series is slightly different. The mindset here is that you want to be the person who is able to spend the most money on marketing. The keyword being able. Okay. You want to be able to spend the most money on marketing because the goal is to be able to spend most money on marketing, not to be able to spend lowest on marketing. If the goal was to spend the lowest on marketing, all you have to do is stop spending money altogether, and then you won the game. Okay. But the goal is to spend to be able to spend the most on marketing because you know for a fact that's where the players, the biggest producers in the game, that's where they operate. They have money, they have deep pockets to market. Okay. So, and we cannot be delusional about that. We have to get with the games. The more you can spend, the better. But the keyword is can. Being able to do it without going broke, without breaking the bank, right? And that is a big part. That's probably a bigger part of this series than search engine optimization. Okay. Or video search and video optimization, or whatever you want to call it. All right. All right. So let's keep it going here. And your marketing costs, okay, granted you want to use your face and your words to promote your brand and marketing. This is why I thought you may be promoting ETA with this series. Well, your face can, if you're talking about outsourcing now, like some marketing activities, have other people do it for you. Your face can still be out there. You can still, there's something called private label right. Somebody write an article for you, it's yours. You can put your face on it. In every profession is done. The biggest songwriters in the history of mankind didn't exactly start writing the song. They just got a songwriting credit. Okay. So they say, hey, let's do it that way. And now all of a sudden, because their idea was involved in it, um, they have the rights to the song, and they have a songwriter's right. An example of that is Neo, a guy called Neo, who is an artist who wrote a song. Let me see if I remember the song. Wrote a song for Beyonce called what's the name of the song? If you remember the name of the song, please put it in the comment. But he wrote a song for Beyonce, and Beyonce's version was a little bit different from Neo's. Of course, Neo gets the credit because he started writing the song, but Beyonce also gets songwriter's credit. So it's only naive business people that will say, "Oh yeah, but you didn't really start it. You're not a real rapper, so you don't get it." It doesn't work like that in the business world. This is, again, you have to understand how to value itself. Okay. Being able to put your own spin on a piece of content or material artwork, and then it becomes a big money maker, makes it that much valuable. Okay. And I suggest that you really, really, I'm going to find a good book on how to value. Okay. I may end up being the one to write the book. I find that a lot of people have a hard time uh, assigning value to anything. Okay. So if I say, hey, my time is worth $5,000, some people have a hard time putting comprehending that, like, what do you mean? So I may end up writing a whole book on that. But ultimately, what you keep in mind is that if it helps bring in more money, then it has value. Okay. And the more money it can bring in, the better the value. So if you can put my name, okay, an example of that is Trump, right? You put Trump's name on the building, he doesn't have to own the building. And a lot of people frown at that, like he doesn't own the building, he just puts his name. Like that's what you call branding. Okay. If you built the brand and you're so willing to put his name on the building, then you should pay for that name. Okay. And it's that much valuable. Okay. So I digress. And let's go. This is why I thought you were promoting the Empire Traffic Academy with this series. Is this series way better in comparison to ATA? Well, first of all, this series is free. All right. So ATA costs $5,000. That's a more organized training, and that training is designed for you to follow step by step and take action. Okay, this series is giving you ideas that you can run with, but you got to go figure out the step by step on your own, at least at this point. Okay. Do I still push ETA? Yes, EmpireTrafficAcademy.com, $5,000. And what you're about to teach us in this series. Yeah. All right. So long question, Jose. Keep it short. Keep it short so we can have time to squeeze it in and other times. All right. All right. Because the longer it gets, the chances that I'm going to squeeze it in reduces tremendously. Okay. Let's keep going here. Let's go grab other questions. All right. Do, 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 do. All right. So don't forget, if you're brand new here, make sure you go grab the book. Make sure you grab the book, and it's at smartrealestatewholesaling.com. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on this video if you're enjoying this series. This is about real estate wholesaling still, but but the skill you're gonna learn from this. Um, let me share this right here. I don't even know. Let's share this real quick. But the skill set you're gonna learn from this is going to transcend across all types of profession. So just keep that in mind. Uh, TBT throwback. What is it? Tuesday? Share because the link goes against. Oh, we have a link in there that Facebook has banned. I guess. Let's see. Oh, we could just edit that. Let's see. All right. Let me just leave that alone. We've promoted a lot of stuff in the past that Facebook may frown at, so have to be. We've learned from that. We know how to clean up our material to not offend people to not offend the gods of Facebook. So I was just trying to share a memory, and but they're telling me that you know. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So here's a question. Somebody said, I run into this issue frequently where buyers want to close at their title company because they are the one paying closing costs. How do you handle this objection? Also, I've never had anybody have an issue with my $2,500 earnest money deposit. Should I make a big deal about buyer wanting to give 1,000 instead of $2,500? Those are good questions. Those are good questions. All right. So, so this is a buyer. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, as a buyer comes approaches you, you have a property under contract, and the buyer wants to buy, and now they're saying that they insist on using their own title company. Uh, and then they insist that they cannot put down more than $1,000. Okay. This is a good question. Okay. And this speaks directly to why digital marketing is very, very important. Okay. Um, First of all, what digital marketing does give you options. Okay. If you have to ask this question, that means you don't have any other options. Okay. That's simply what that means. It means you are basically at the mercy of this buyer, this one buyer. You've positioned yourself to put this one buyer on a pedestal, and right there in your face, they're falling off. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't do a deal with them. I'm just telling you, you need to identify what that is for what it is, right? If you have only one buyer interested, I just had somebody email me just now, like it's one property available. The property has been on my inventory for a little bit longer than a minute. Okay, and the person is asking if it's available. The answer is yes. Okay. Does that put them on a little bit of a pedestal? Yes, but I'm still not going to let them ride me anyhow because I have other options outside of this particular property. I have other properties that I'm dealing with. Okay. So, but in particular with this particular property, this person is probably the only person responding to you about this property. So now you basically have to Relax on your rules. Your rules of, hey, it must be $2,500 or $3,500 or $5,000 are not designed to be end all be all, especially if you have a property that not a lot of people are biting. Okay. So, no, you shouldn't make a fuss about it. But at the back of your mind, you should identify for what it is. This person has seen that you don't have any other options. Basically, you know, they're interested in the property. But if they found themselves in a place where they were competing with like five other people on the property, they probably will give you all $2,500 earnest money deposit because they want that deal for themselves, and they don't want that to become the reason why somebody else would take the deal away from them. Okay, just wait. I'm coming back to digital marketing. Okay, but we're going there. Okay, it's about having options. Okay, if you promoted a property to your list and your list is big enough and you built your list from digital marketing, okay, which is part of the things I'm going to be teaching you, right? Your list will be so big when people respond to buy a property from you, it's multiples of them. And if it's multiples of them, you get to say, hey, I need a EMD deposit of $2,500. And by the time somebody is saying, hey, I can only do max of $1,000, you say, hey, actually it's under contract. It's gone already. How sweet would it be if you're in that position to say, no, the property is gone, and by the way, for future, we don't do anything less than $2,500 because you have options. However, in a place where you're still building your list and maybe this property is a special situation, there's only that one guy that's interested in that type of property. It's a two bedroom. Most people don't want two bedrooms, but this guy say, hey, I know exactly what to do with a two bedroom. I have relationships at the city, but I'm not giving you more than $1,000. Right? It's a demand and supply situation. Okay. I'm not giving you more than $1,000 deposit. I just said, okay. They may even say, hey, I'm not going to send it to your title company's escrow. I'm going to keep it in mind. You say, okay, just let me know. Keep me posted. And you just put on the contract subject to blah blah blah, subject to 10 days of closings. Subject, if they're going to say that, they got to be able to give you a number of days to close or something like that. Subject to 14 days of closing. Contract is void after 14 days of not closing or no commitment, something like that. Speak to your lawyer. You can still use terms on the contract to control the deal. Okay, so you're not exactly losing control of the deal, you're just understanding the nuances. And no, the question, should you make a big deal about wanting to give $1,000 instead of? If you have a reason to make a big deal, make a big deal. A good reason will be you have options. You don't have to deal with this particular one person. That will be the only valid reason, honestly, as far as I'm concerned. If you just want to say, hey, I don't want it just because you don't want it, don't do that. It's still $1,000. Let them put $1,000 in there if that's the only option you have. Sometimes, I got to be frank with you, sometimes that's the only option you have. You want to make sure you move further and further away from having only one option, because again, you're putting a person on a pedestal, a one entity, a one thing. Even yourself, don't put yourself on the pedestal. You can fall sick tomorrow and not be able to do business as usual. So you should build a business system where even if you're not involved, business is still moving. That's the idea of business ownership, right? So it's not about any particular person, it's about building a system that runs effortlessly on his own, right? So, so that's what it comes down to. If that's the only buyer you have at this moment in time, just say, okay, let me know. We'll put the contract out there and see what happens. And just understand that the contract is always subjective. If they don't perform within a certain period of time, um, and somebody else comes to the table and wants to sweep it off, they sweep it off. By the way, people can come to the table in the midst of their contract, and you can find legal ways to push them away. Like they're not performing. If they're performing, then there's nothing to really worry about, because it's not about $1,000. It's about closing the deal. The $2,500 is designed to control the deal. It's not designed to be an end all be all. Okay, so digital marketing, how does it relate to that? It gives you options. You're able to build a massive list. and be able to make money upfront with the massive list before you close a deal. But the truth is that the massive list will give you options so that you can, you can also feel good about yourself when you're dealing with these buyers, and many of them are time wasters. But you don't have to worry about it because you can basically eliminate them uh, quickly if they're not performing. Okay. All right. So that's that. Let's see here. Let's see what else we have. So um, don't forget to download the book if you're brand new here. Sorry, I was looking at the question. Download the book, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, and please give us a thumbs up if you're getting value from the session. Okay. Okay, I think we have one. So somebody says seller says the house is boarded up because of vandalism. Should I still make an offer? Sight unseen. He is very motivated, tired of being a landlord. That would be a perfect scenario. Okay. So as a wholesaler, absolutely make an offer. Just keep in mind that your work would be your estimate of cost of repair, your estimated cost of repair should be around about $100,000, somewhere around 80 to $110,000. You should factor that in when you're making that offer, because if a house is boarded up, you are assuming that it needs everything, potential foundation problems. Okay, so put just estimate 80 to $100,000 and still of repair, and still say subject to inspection, so final inspection, and then put it under contract and then shop that contract. That's it. It's very, very simple. Sight unseen should be the only thing you should be focused on, because you need to be moving with speed. This is another reason why digital marketing is key. Success loves speed. Okay. If you don't have momentum in your business, meaning in the form of money, upfront money coming in as well, too, you increase your chances of a dead business. Okay. And that's not what we want. Right. So just keep that in mind, that sight unseen is for the most part what you should be focused on, even if the house is right next door to you. Okay, focus on people that are motivated enough to give you a house. If you're marketing digitally, okay, if you're marketing digitally um to motivated sellers in your area, right, like fair offer for properties, needs repair, no problem. If you put a Facebook marketing ad out like that to your zip code, right, ultimately those people that will fill out that form are motivated. So anybody that will fill out the form about potentially selling the property are probably much more motivated than the person you're reaching out to with the phone call. That's just what it is. Okay. I still encourage cold calling, but the idea of cold calling is actually the first few steps. You should be pre-qualifying them, making sure they're motivated. Because if they're not motivated, you want to move on with the to other calls, right? But with Facebook marketing, PPC marketing, or any kind of place where they have to fill out a form, they're already, by the fact that they're filling out your form, they're already motivated. So that puts you light years ahead of people. In terms of pre-qualification is already done. That's my point. By the fact that they're filling out the form. So again, that's another way that digital marketing would have helped, but you're saying this person is motivated, so you don't have that problem. But just to keep in mind that digital marketing allows you to attract a higher percentage of motivated seller than if you were reaching out proactively. Okay, so we always call code calling proactive, but if you have enough budget, let's say you have $2,000-3,000 to spend per month on PPC ads and on Facebook, that will be proactive. That's more than, I mean, you're spending $2,000-3,000 on marketing, right? If you're spending $30, $30 to $50 a day on marketing, 50 multiplied by 3, that's $1,500. That's proactive. Okay, $5 a day, not so much. That's not proactive. there won't be enough momentum. It takes a while before you get results. And but can you get results in day one? Yeah, you can get lucky. But luck is a part of the equation. We don't want to make it the main strategy here, right? So just keep that in mind. All right. What's up, BNB properties? All right. So let's keep going. All right. All right. So here's a screenshot. I see a screenshot of a text messages. Somebody said, okay, now this has everything to do with digital marketing. I guess somebody was using, reached out to a homeowner with a text message, and then there was a reply of F you. Okay. Now I'm not saying the real word. I do curse, but I don't say the real word because the YouTube algorithms use that to flag videos sometimes. We're trying to grow this channel, so we're trying to stay on their good side. So by that, please give us a thumbs up if you're watching this. Every single minute you watch, make sure you give us a thumbs up. So the person replies, F you, scammer, right? And then the marketer, who is the wholesaler, feels the need to say, not sure how I offended you, but if you aren't interested, then no problem. No need to get upset. LOL. And then the person replies, hope your firstborn dies early. All right. That is as you can see, that's some extreme, right? Let me explain to you why that happens. Okay. First of all, anytime that happens is usually a response to a proactive marketing. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, um, like that means you're reaching out to a person unsolicited, reaching out to a person, which is part of marketing. This is what it is. We do that as well, and but what this person did wrong. All right. I'm going to talk about why they did it wrong, okay? Because that's more important. But what they did wrong is responding at all, to a person that's already said F you, it says scammer, right? And then you typed a whole thesis to send to them just to explain yourself. What are your goals? If you respond to a person that's already cursing you out, really, what are you trying to accomplish when you respond to them, right? What are you trying to accomplish when you respond to a person that's already cursed you out? Why, you want to change their mind, right? So I'm not surprised that they came back with such a harsh abuse, of words, I mean, hoping that someone's firstborn dies. Oh my God, that's crazy, right? So here's why you did that. If you ever feel the need to respond to somebody who is being negative, uh, there are two possible reasons why you responded, right? If you're like me, you're like, let me just curse him out for the fun of it, right? Then I would have continued to engage just as a form of entertainment while I'm watching other YouTube video. Like, F you too. May your blah 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 dies as well too. No. It's not just your firstborn. You in the next 1 month, this is gonna happen to you. Now you want to be careful about that because that can become a threat. You can invite the attention of police to that. Well, guess what? Guess the best way to avoid that kind of drama. If you get a response like that, don't respond. Okay? Because again, you don't even know, you may be borderline against the law already with your marketing, against the FTC laws already. You never know, because especially if you're a wholesaler, a virtual wholesaler across the nation like myself, you may be marketing in a state where you're not too clear on the laws of, maybe a text message, a cold call out to them, or anything like that. So if somebody tells you that F you, basically the best value you can give that person is to let them go. Remember, we lead with value. The best value you can give yourself first is to not engage that, okay? And then the best value you can give that person in that moment is to let them go. Just let them go. You have options, remember? Speaking of options, digital marketing. If you're too busy working your leads that you're generating from digital marketing, leads that are coming in either for buyer or seller, you probably have limited time. You have very limited time to spend with any kind of negativity. Am I making sense? So, what's the moral of the story? Don't respond to negative energy. Second step, engage digital marketing so you can have options. Have leads coming in, have pipeline, have a big pipeline. How do you have leads coming in? Third step, have some money to market. Set yourself up so you can have enough money to market. So you're able to market aggressively, proactively with money. So you can put some money to work. If you don't have the opportunity to put money to work, stay tuned throughout the series because I'm going to help you with that. Okay. Because again, it's the number one reason why people, according to my survey, why people said they are failing low budget of marketing. Okay. So I solved that problem already, but I needed to pre qualify you. Okay. And I need to teach you why that's very, very important. The goal here is to be able to be able, keyword able, to spend much more money than the competition. Okay, because you know that that's what results into more deals in your pipeline. Okay, the goal is not to spend lower money than your competition. If that was the case, all you have to do is stop spending, and then you won the game. I am assuming that if you're still watching this video, that wasn't your goal. You want to make money. Am I making sense? Hopefully, I am. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's a situation here, that we should discuss. So somebody posted a screenshot of a Google account disabled. Okay, it says account disabled. It looks like this account was used to send a large number of calls to a telephone exchange for financial gain. Oof, that's harsh. This is a violation of Google's policies. Try to restore your account now or go to blah 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 account appeal to learn more. We're preparing your data. It may take some time to complete your archive. Don't worry, we'll email you when it's ready. If you think this was a mistake, try to restore your account by submitting a request for review. Yeah, oh boy. That is harsh. Basically, what happened is that somebody was probably cold calling with a Google voice, and then the account got disabled. Okay. Welcome to the world of marketing. So the world of marketing is regulated, as you can imagine. How what your marketing message says is regulated. Okay. Sending out mass marketing without giving people an opportunity to unsubscribe is direct violation of the FTC laws when it comes to well, I don't know if it's FTC or FCC, whichever one. The government agency that governs marketing is direct violation of their laws, okay, or their guidelines to not give people opportunity to opt out. The first opportunity for people to opt out is not responding to them if they send you anything negative. Okay. All right. That's it. Very simple. Okay. If you're sending out a mass email, make sure you're using an autoresponder that has automatic unsubscribe button at the bottom of the email. It's automatic. So that automatically obeys the law. Let me tell you something. The government wants you to market. They want you to own your business. They want more small business owners out here. They do. Okay. But fortunately, consumers, let me say fortunately or unfortunately, depends on your situation, consumers always have the upper hand. That's it. That's why cursing on this video does not do me any favor. Okay, because Google ultimately wants to take care of their users. I am a producer. I get to make a lot more money because I'm a producer. That's just the way it works in the real world, in music and everything. You make more money when you produce. Okay, consumers don't make so much money. uh, that's they choose to be a consumer. Okay, if you see anybody and they are always there on a YouTube channel commenting on the guru's platform, and they're always there, especially if they're answering other people, right? It's usually an indication that they have too much time in their hands. Okay, they're a consumer. Okay, so if they're not making money, there you have it. There's a reason for that. Okay, I'm telling you that straight up right now. Even though I want you to comment on my videos, I'm just being honest with you what it is. But the main point in what I just said is the distinction between the producer and the consumer. The idea of FCC, FTC is to protect the consumers. Okay. So if you send out a blast text message and people don't have the opportunity, a first hand opportunity to opt out of the call, then you're not doing yourself or your business a long term favor. Okay. That doesn't mean that if you do all of that, you can't still be banned, but you reduce the chances of that happening. Okay. Um, my first YouTube channel could easily be $100,000 by now. It was started back in 2009, not the marriage one, but for business, right? But it was banned, and I never got it back. Okay, I never got it back um, because I probably didn't hustle enough to get it back. But I have hands-on experience of things being disapproved, a platform being shut down. If you haven't had that happen to you in business, there's a good chance that you haven't worked hard enough, that you haven't built your business hard enough, that you don't have momentum going on in your business. So if this ever happens to you, it's both a bad and a good thing at the same time. Okay, all right. That means you're marketing. Okay, that means you're mass marketing, which is only possible with digital age marketing. Okay. So when I say digital age marketing, I'm talking about using auto dialers. I'm talking about using automatic text blasters. If you're ever going to use SMS text messaging blasting, make sure you always include a little short phrase that allows them to unsubscribe. Again, same thing. All right. But if they respond to you and they say F you, don't respond. That's an automatic unsubscribing them from you. When you start responding, you go back and forth, they can report you. If that happens enough times, right? That will get you banned. That will get your account banned for sure. Okay. If you're marketing hard enough, you still by the fact that you're doing mass marketing, you increase your chances of making money, but you also increase your chances of that, a hater may decide to flag one of a piece of your content and you get shut down. Okay. You want me to tell you how many Instagram accounts I've had shut down? Okay. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me like the other 30,000 people on there. It's iTalksB, okay, on Instagram. You want me to tell you how many Instagram accounts I've got shut down? I lost count, okay, because at one point we try to go aggressive with Instagram, you know. So um, just keep that in mind. It's not your fault if your account gets banned. And I like what this person says. I'm not gonna allow to stop my also. Yeah, that's obviously the best response. So accounts can get shut down. One way I'm going to give you one last way that we avoid that. We do have an account at CallRail. It's like $35 a month, $30 a month, something like that. It's called CallRail. So the number that we tell people to respond to is never that a direct Google Voice number. Okay, it's always another number that forwards to that. Okay, so it's another number that forwards to our Google Voice. Okay, it's another number that's designed for marketing. These people, they are designed for marketers. They understand the game. They're not gonna ban your number because you're marketing. Okay, so um, when you don't go through proper training, then nobody has told you that, right? They just tell you, hey, go get a Google Voice number. You use Google Voice number to blast about 5,000 people. A marketing message, yes, it will get banned. Okay, that's why I tell people educate yourself as well too. But it's not a bad thing that his account got banned. It's an indication that he's taking action. If nothing like that has happened to you, it could be an indication that you're not taking enough action. Very simple. All right. All right. Let's keep going here. Somebody says questions you need to ask for sale by owner. Okay. I have another video on that on this channel. If you want to go watch it, it's called the 7 step system. You could just say 7 step pre-qualification system Ola Abitogun. If you Google that, it will come up. Okay. But basically, what it entails is the 7 questions that I ask anybody, any kind of lead. All right. And the idea is the first question is to identify that you're talking to the right person. So it may be like, John. If they say yes, who's this? Then that's the first one done, right? Yeah, I'm calling about 123 Main Street. That's yours, right? If they haven't asked, then they'll say yes. What about it? Or if you say I'm calling about 123 Main Street, and they just pause like an awkward pause, then they will be like yes. They will volunteer you uh the proof of ownership by the fact that they say yes. If you say I'm calling about 123 Main Street and they go, I don't know what that is, and then that's your cue to say, oh, sorry, sorry, that must have been a wrong number. Get off the phone. That's unsubscribing. Okay, unsubscribe yourself from dealing with a person that don't belong there, right? They say yes, they volunteer the proof that they own the property, and then you say, hey, I was wondering if you will entertain offers. I'm looking to buy something in the neighborhood. Sure, sure. I mean, what do you have in mind? Blah, blah, blah. They start talking like that. They're a little bit more friendly. Then you continue the conversation. If they go, no, right, then it's a different ballgame. You have to deal with that. You have to basically say, they say, no, like, oh, do you have any other properties you may be willing to get rid of? That's your exit question. That should always be your exit question. Before you get off the call, always ask for referrals. Every business owner, successful, knows that. Always ask before you end the call, unless they hang up on you. Okay, so if they hang up on you, don't call back. When people hang up on you, allow them to decide that it was a mistake and call you back. Don't call them back. Don't do that. Don't expose yourself to negative energy. The reason why you feel the need to expose yourself to negative energy is because you don't have enough people in your pipeline. You don't have enough people leads. Okay, you're not attracting enough people into your pipeline of leads. And that's because chances are you don't know anything about digital marketing, digital age marketing. Okay. So you got to stay tuned here. Okay. Stay tuned here. Make sure you watch all 8 part series here. Okay. All right. Good. So you identify that, they say, yes, they're at least open to a conversation. Okay. Can you please share with me what's the condition of the property? Then you say, what's the condition of the property? That's the fourth. That fourth step happened to be what we refer to as a first pillar of pre-qualification, because now you're digging deeper. Under that first step, you can ask questions like how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. You're just asking the condition. You're trying to identify, have a sense of what this property is like. Does it need any roof? Does it need sidings? Questions. They will volunteer more than enough information if you have enough questions. Okay. The fifth one is, why are you selling? Okay, that's the fifth question. Why are you selling? And you say, why do you want to sell? You want to be friendlier with that. Don't just say, why are you selling? Say, why do you want to sell? And then mimic how they're talking to you as well too. If they're kind of like they want straight, they're a straight shooter. You can sense that. Be closer to a straight shooter. Don't change who you are. Be yourself, but be closer to that. Because if you're sounding sloppy on the phone and they are a straight shooter, they're already sounding like you're wasting their time. You want to be a little bit sharp as well too. Okay, you want to be sharper. All right. So, well, I was concerned. I didn't think I was going to sell, but since you brought it up, I may be moving to Florida soon, anytime soon. Like, just take some notes. Um. So that's the fourth one, right? What's the condition? The fifth one is, why you selling? Okay. And then the sixth one is that, how soon do you need to sell? You need that information to be able to use in negotiation, and to determine their level of motivation. If they say, no, no, I don't mind selling right away, or they may say, no, by definitely by August I need to sell. Oh, okay. Would you like me to call you back in August, or you want us to set that up all together right now? You know, that's a sub question that came from the last question. So it's not part of the seven step. It's a question that, so as you continue to get information from them, you may find that you have sub questions that comes from what they just said, because you want to make sure you're having a quality conversation and you don't want to be a robot. So if they said something interesting to you, you may have a question about that. Express that, ask more question about that, right? So uh so how soon do you need to sell? If they say August, meaning 6 months from now, it doesn't mean they're not motivated. It just means they are the person that know what they want. If they sometimes they'll say as soon as yesterday, they may the next question right now would determine if they are motivated or they are motivated by money. There's a different things. If they're motivated by potential money or they are motivated, those are two different things. So there is motivation and there is a motivated seller. Everyone has a motivation anytime they want to sell. One of them, if it's money, that's not a wholesale deal. That's basically somebody you want to partner with a realtor to get the deal done. Okay. If the motivation is time or some other things like pre-foreclosure or divorce or the house is just sitting there, these are the other motivations that you need to have. Okay. And that's why you should take notes. Now the next one, you say, hey, well, do you have a ballpark number? How much exactly, around how much do you think will work for you in order to do this deal? You want to know the price that they have in mind. If they ask you for a retail price, then you know that they're motivated by money. If they ask you, say, honestly, I don't know, I just need to get rid of it. That's ideal, right? Is that going to happen all the time? No. For the most part, it's not going to happen. When it happens, it's a nice payday. Okay. So that's the way it works. All right. So, so to me, those 7 step pre-qualification system, which I have another video that really explain that in detail. Just Google 7 step pre-qualification. All that talks Abitogun, it will come right up. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's for sale by owner, if it's divorce, if it's pre-foreclosure. These are the questions that I ask. Okay. And I ask them in a very relaxed manner. I take my time. They have to be the one who wants to talk to me. Even if I cold call them, they have to, within the second question, second step, they have to feel like I'm helping them now. If they don't feel that way within the first 2 to 3 questions, I'm on the phone with the wrong person, and I could be on the phone with the right person for every second I spend with the wrong person. That's why you need data. You need a pipeline. You need to be fast. You need speed with this business. And if you don't operate your business in that sense, you will get frustrated. It's only a matter of time. Okay, you will get frustrated. All right. All right. So somebody asked this question: how can I get the vacant house if the owners passed and the family members don't know nothing? Well, you're talking to again. I keep telling people it's not about owning the property; it's about controlling the property. Okay. Somebody may have a sick mother on the bed who is still very conscious, and that's the person that you need to get on your side to decide that they're going to sell you the house. It's about being in control. Okay. It's never really the real form of ownership is control. Okay. Controlling the property. Okay. That's the real form of ownership. Because your name is on the title doesn't mean you are in control. Doesn't mean you get to get the deal. If they have another son or daughter or cousin or nephew who is much more, who they valued your opinion, that person is controlling the situation. And you need to get on the good side of that person. Okay. So how does that relate to what we're talking about right now? You're asking about a house that the members don't know nothing. Why are you bothered about this house? Why is this the only house on your radar? Why can't it be 30 other houses you could be worried about right now? Again, you need options, and that's where digital marketing helps you. You need options. Digital marketing will help you make money upfront, and then you have enough money to continue to market, and then you have volume coming into your pipeline, and then you get to make a lot of money, even more money. Okay. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this session, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this video with other people. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box below. And don't forget to download the book. The book is at Smart Real Estate Wholesaling, wholesaling.com. SmartrealestateWholesaling.com to go get the book. You need to read the book 10 to 15 times in order to get a grasp of this whole thing. All right. There's a bonus book also. And I'll see you on the next one. Talk soon. Bye now. Peace.